What's up, everybody? Damon here with Liz, who's going to show us around the new Magic 2015 game.
Yes, we're so excited to share this with you guys today. So we just defeated Avacyn at the end of the Innistrad battle. Heck yeah, we did. She was tough, but we managed to handle that. So let's see what we've won now that we've defeated her. All right, so we've unlocked an achievement. We defeated the Innistrad boss battle, which is pretty awesome. We unlocked the Plane of Theros, and we get a new booster.
Perfect.
So new to Magic 2015, Duels with Planeswalkers this year is the full deck building experience, which we really are excited about. We've listened to our fans, and we know they've been asking for this.
Sure.
So now they have the chance to really dig into what deck building is all about. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. Actually, you know what? We're going to go in the deck manager. Let's put these in our deck and check out what we've got going here. So here you can see we're tracking Garruk across the plains. We know that Garruk's dropped a coin. Looks like he's heading to Theros. So we've unlocked some extra functionality into the deck builder. So this allows us to not just add cards to the deck, but also filter from our collection. So we're going to open up the deck builder itself here, so you can see that we've got a couple of different cards that we can flip through, sort by the color. We can also check out what's going on in the statistics of our deck. So we can look at the mana curve, look at how the colors are being distributed, really understand what it means to have a control deck. So for new players, they'll be able to figure out, you know, when I go to Friday Night Magic and somebody says they're running a burner deck, what does that mean? And we can also edit this to...
There you go.
There we go. Choose the deck box around.
You probably do that for all. You're going to... Later on, there's going to be a GameSpot Rocks
demo
going up.
No, I only have IGN Rocks. Good. That is my only one. I know how this works.
So Magic 2014 had sealed decks.
Yes.
Right, which is sort of a lighter version of the deck building. But now in 2015, you have the full deck editor. Is that
yes, we do have the full deck editor. So if we hop in here and take another look at this, so we can actually filter. So we've got our black and white mana up there right now. But if we wanted to see, you know, what do we have in red? We can filter through our collection and see that we don't have a ton, but we've got it there. Clear that. We can filter by creature. So it does have some of the features that you saw last year with Duels 2014, but it really builds on it in the sense that you can do everything from adding completely new lands. You can have not just basic lands in there, so you can modify the lands if you want to by going into the advanced settings. But with Duels, you know, it's designed with the lapsed player or the newer player in mind, so you do get...
Which is me, actually.
Hey, there you go. And the great thing about this is you can take it with you if you're playing on your iPad or on your Android or Kindle device as well. And so you can get back into what you loved about Magic, but then look at things like, you know, how that deck is doing that you created itself. So let's take some things out of our deck and see if we can modify it a little bit. So as you can see, it's just really easy to drag and drop. And you can see down here, you know, we're getting into some lower numbers here in our deck, and you know, I'm not really sure what we should pull from here, so I can ask the AI to autocomplete for me based around the cards I still have in my deck, and it'll fill them in. You can even take just one card if you have one particular card that you just love, that you've earned, if it's a rare or mythic or something like that, or even it's just
you just start with that one card and then it'll build a deck around that. That's very cool.
Yeah, so I know for myself when I was just learning to play Magic, you know, I'd fall in love with one card and be like, this thing is awesome, but I have no idea what to put around it. And so this gives you the chance to see what the AI would recommend, and then if you disagree, you can modify it as you want to.
Will it rate the strength of your deck or the effectiveness of it?
It will. It'll if you pop down here into kind of the more statistics bar of what's going on with this. So you can look at the strength in terms of the power and toughness of what you've got going with creatures, control, synergy, speed. So I still love playing a good old-fashioned red-green deck, just because I like getting out there and doing some damage pretty quickly. And so I tend to fall into the top two categories a little bit more when I start building. But the other thing I love about this too is that for players who are newer, you know, you see a 6/6 Kraken and you're thinking, oh, this is awesome, and you want to have like 4 of them in your deck, and then you remember, wait a minute, it's gonna take me 5 turns to get this thing out there. So this helps kind of illustrate, you know, I know you love that card, but maybe you shouldn't have 4 copies of it. So. And for players this year, you know, last year we had not that many slots for decks, but this year you have up to 30, but you can infinitely modify them. So you're not limited to only modifying a couple of times. You can keep going in. and changing them as you want. So really the possibilities are pretty endless.
How do you earn cards?
So there's 2 ways to earn cards. So through gameplay, as you can see that we defeated Avacynus, so we got ourselves a hefty little stack of cards. But the other way is through the actual store itself, where you can go in and purchase DLC. But let's take a look at the card collection. I think they'll give you a better idea of what cards are available and how they're available. So there are over 300 cards available to players in Magic 2015, and actually with copies up to 4, it goes up to actually over 1,000. So you can do a lot with this. So you can scroll through by all. You can look at the different planes that are in here. So Innistrad cards, scroll through there. Cards that are that are grayed out, you haven't earned yet. So like we haven't earned a Moon Heron just yet because we've been playing with a black-white deck. So so some of these may take a little bit to work your way through by getting through gameplay and getting boosters and having them pop up in there. But you can also sort even within Innistrad by color, by rarity, by type, and by cost. So I love this because for myself, when I have my card collection out there, and I like to spread it out and see what I've got and start organizing that way. I wish that I could do this in real life because it would take a heck of a lot less time. But this is for that person that really loves seeing everything they've got, understanding exactly what they've earned and what they haven't earned and what's still out there. So on each card, you'll see. As we zoom in and out, you can see this little one down here that shows we have more than one copy. That we have 1 copy of it. Same thing with Standing Troops. We have 2 copies of that. So it allows you to have up to 4 copies of a given card.
If you complete the campaign, like what percentage of the total cards will you end up with?
It varies actually depending upon what you started with. So when players start with Magic 2015, they will select a 2-color pairing, and then from there they'll build cards as they go. So they may end up with 80% of it. They may end up with 75. It just depends on which color pairing that they choose and how they go through the campaign. Because there is some randomization to the boosters that they will receive. They won't always receive the same boosters, but it is possible to defeat the game without actually purchasing any DLC. So if you wanted to, I would say it's tougher. It's a lot tougher, but it is possible. So this year, players are going to Innistrad, Theros, Ravnica, and Chandalar, and Zendikar. So they'll be able to see some additional cards from some of their favorite planes there. Also, the premium content, they'll be able to see what's going to be available in premium boosters that they may purchase. So any of these cards might be in there. See, we haven't earned any of these yet, but we're getting there. So cool. And of course, if you wanted to change the view, you can do that as well. So why don't let's take our deck and give it a whirl as we take on Theros. Sound good? All right. So we'll hop back in here to the single player and into the campaign. So there's something interesting this year that we've brought for players is that you play through all 5 levels of all 4 levels, of a plane, and then down here at the bottom you have kind of a wandering monster type concept. So if we clicked through this node, we wouldn't necessarily be playing through the campaign, but we'd be able to continually play against a different opponent and still earn cards for that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so players can come back and it's always changing, but they're going to have a randomly assigned opponent each time.
Is it matched to your ability in any way, or is it just totally random?
It is matched to your ability. So at the beginning of the game, when you first download it, you'll be asked, how much magic do you play? None, a little, or a lot. So if somebody selects none, there's a certain it will get more and more difficult as they work their way through the game, but it won't just jump you into somebody who's could be practically playing on the Pro Tour if they wanted to. But I will say, even for experienced Magic players, I've seen some of the folks that are at our offices that have been playing Magic since the dawn of time. They've played through it and they've had some rough ones, some rough battles. But I think we're gonna draw a new hand with this.
Yeah, you don't want.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Well, this one's not that great either.
No, but yeah, we're gonna draw a new hand. I don't have any black mana to make that happen. Well, I guess we're stuck with this. So, all right, we can handle that.
We'll see
how this goes. All right. So the battlefield this year is really streamlined, much more cleaned up. You can see along our avatar here that we've got our graveyard, cards in hand, the library, so really distinctive icons, really easy to read. So one thing to point out too is when you want to play an instant or something like that, this stop timer button here is your absolute best buddy in the world, because now you can, we're going to stop timer, we're going to hit OK, and we're going to drop a raise the alarm in here to block him.
And that red band on the playing field.
That is
pops
the
up
red
when,
zone.
When they're
yep,
attacking.
that is the red zone.
Trust us. We definitely won that legitimately.
I totally legitimately won that. Look how awesome I am in
Yeah.
Magic.
Well, Liz, thank you for showing us around Magic 2015 today. It's out this summer?
It is out. It's going to be coming out soon. I would say that it's not out of the question to expect it to be coming out around the same time as the Magic 2015 core set. So that's going to be
Which is
releasing
when?
July 18th.
Okay. Not out of the question. That would be around July 18th.
I'm not committing to anything,
Okay,
but I'm
gotcha.
just saying. It could
All
be
right.
around then.
For everything Magic 2015, stay tuned, IGN.